Welcome. I'm glad you've taken a moment to listen to this story. Cinderella by the Brothers Grimm. I'm Richard Reeds. It's a pleasure to be here with you, to take a journey into a world where kindness, patience, and a little magic can change the course of a life. In this story, you will see how hope can shine even in the darkest of places, and how the gentlest heart may hold the greatest strength. There was once a rich man whose beloved wife lay gravely ill. When she felt her end drawing near, she called her only daughter close to her bed and said, "Dear child, be pious and good, and God will always take care of you. I will look down upon you from heaven and be with you." Then she closed her eyes and passed away. The young girl mourned her mother daily, visiting her grave, weeping, and remaining kind and pious through all her sorrow. When winter came, a blanket of snow covered the grave, and as spring returned, melting it away, the father remarried. His new wife brought with her 2 daughters, fair to the eye, but cruel at heart. From that day the poor stepdaughter endured hardships. "Is that foolish girl to sit in the same room as us?" they sneered. "Those who eat must work for it. Out with her to the kitchen." They stripped her of her fine dresses, clothed her in an old gray kirtle, and gave her wooden shoes to wear. "See how the proud princess looks now," they mocked, sending her to toil from morning until night. She fetched water, made the fires, cooked, and cleaned. Her stepsisters delighted in tormenting her, scattering peas and lentils among the ashes for her to pick up, mocking her as she labored. When evening came, she had no bed but the hearth among the cinders, and as she always looked dusty and worn, they called her Cinderella. One day the father went to the fair and asked his stepdaughters what he should bring back. "Fine clothes," said one. "Pearls and jewels," said the other. "And what will you have, Cinderella?" he asked. "The first twig that strikes your hat on the way home," she replied. And so he bought for the 2 stepdaughters their wishes, and, on the road, the hazel twig struck his hat. He broke it off and brought it home for Cinderella. She planted it on her mother's grave, weeping so that her tears nourished it, and the twig grew into a fine tree. Every day she visited it, weeping and praying, and a white bird would rise from the tree, granting whatever wish she made. In time, the king declared a festival lasting 3 days, inviting all the young women of the land so that his son might choose a bride. The stepsisters were thrilled and ordered Cinderella, "Comb our hair, brush our shoes, and make our buckles fast. We are going to the king's castle." Cinderella begged to go as well. "What, you?" her stepmother laughed. "In all your dust and dirt? With no dress or shoes, you wish to dance?" But as Cinderella persisted, the stepmother relented with a cruel challenge. "If you can pick a dish full of lentils from the ashes in 2 hours, you may go." Cinderella went to the back door and called to the birds, "O gentle doves, O turtle doves, and all the birds that be, the lentils that in ashes lie, come and pick up for me. The good must be put in the dish, the bad you may eat if you wish." 2 white doves appeared, followed by turtle doves and countless other birds. They chirped and fluttered, picking the lentils, until every grain was gathered. She presented the dish to her stepmother, joyful, yet the stepmother refused her again. A new challenge was set: 2 dishes full of lentils. Again the birds came, and again every lentil was gathered. Yet still her stepmother barred her from the festival, claiming she had no proper dress and could not dance. Alone, Cinderella went to her mother's grave beneath the hazel tree and pleaded, little tree, shake over me, that silver and gold may come down and cover me." The bird dropped a gown of gold and silver and a pair of slippers embroidered with silk. Cinderella donned them and attended the festival. Her stepmother and stepsisters did not recognize her, assuming her to be a foreign princess. The king's son took her hand and danced with her alone, refusing all others, determined to keep her as his partner. As evening came, she wished to return home, but the prince insisted on accompanying her. Cleverly, she escaped into the pigeon house, leaving him to wonder. The next day, she repeated the enchantment, receiving a still more splendid gown from the bird, and again the prince danced only with her. She fled to a pear tree in the garden, eluding him once more, and returned home to her humble gray kirtle. On the third day, the same magic occurred, and she arrived in a dress of unparalleled brilliance. As she rushed down the steps, one golden slipper stuck in pitch she had laid out. The prince retrieved it, declaring that the maiden whose foot it fit would be his bride. The stepsisters, eager to claim the prize, tried to fit their feet. The eldest cut off her toe, the younger her heel. Yet the pigeons cried from the hazel bush, revealing the blood-stained deceit. Both were rejected. Finally, Cinderella was summoned. She washed and dressed, curtsying before the prince. Her foot slid perfectly into the golden slipper. He recognized the beautiful maiden he had danced with and proclaimed, "This is the right bride." The prince lifted her onto his horse, and the pigeons on the hazel bush sang, "There they go, there they go, no blood on her shoe, the shoe's not too small, the right bride is she after all." They alighted upon her shoulders, one on each side, and remained. When the wedding day arrived, the false sisters attended, hoping to partake in the celebration. As they walked in the bridal procession, the pigeons plucked out one eye from each sister on one side and the remaining eye on the other, condemning them to blindness for their deceit and cruelty. And so, Cinderella, through patience, kindness, and a little magic, was united with the prince and found her rightful place in the world. Thank you for listening. This story reminds us that true beauty lies in a kind heart and that patience and goodness often receive their reward, even when the world seems harsh. I am Richard Reeds, and perhaps we will meet again when a new story is ready to be told.